Hey guys, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel. So it is the time of the month to be able to do my currently inked. And I'm actually filming this a little early because the day that this comes out, I'm in the middle of the ocean. All right, let's get started. All right, so I'll just take you guys through a quick recap of how August went. So the Lamy All-Star I used as my pen for my A6 5-year journal, and I really love writing with that stub nib. I find it smooth and wet, but also not too wet, and it's not too broad for me. I really like that. Then the Benu Euphoria Ocean Breeze with the fine nib. At first I actually struggled with this one. I thought that the ink and nib combination made the nib feel scratchy and dry, but after some playing around with the nib, it actually wrote like a dream. Beautiful combination. I'd be interested to see what the medium nib on the Benu Euphoria or even the Talisman is like. Future purchase, future purchase. And then the Pilot Vanishing Point Decimal with the fine nib with Pilot Orochizuku Tsukio. I actually had to refill this once. And I'm the type of person that I stick to an ink and pen combination all month. Even if I do run out, I will refill it with the same ink so that I'm consistent for the whole month. And I used enough of it that I had to actually refill the well, it's not hard to refill the Con 40 converter, but I really love this ink and I'm really tempted to buy another. Not another, but a full bottle. Then my Pelikan 140 with the extra fine flex nib with the Herbon Vert Degree. Love this ink. I really love this ink, and the way that it writes with my Pelikan 140. It's a beautiful combination, really beautiful combination, but I'm in love with that color. And then my TWSBI Diamine 580 with a fine nib with Robert Oster Violet Clouds, the only shimmer ink in the currently inked at the moment. And I don't know, this wasn't my favorite combination. While I love the ink, I'm a little bit I don't know, underwhelmed with the fine nib on the Diamine 580. I'm actually having it sent to a Nibmeister now for some tuning and smoothing because it's still scratchy. I'm still not a fan of it, and I'm willing to invest to have it tuned and smoothed by a Nibmeister because I really love the look of this pen. I love the feel of it in my hand, but it's just not the perfect writing experience as of yet. And then we have Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Dragon Palace with a medium fine nib. I had Sailor Urameku Kitsume Biyori. Loved this one. Loved this one. This ink is so wet, and it made the Sailor Pro Gear Slim, that medium fine nib, it felt like a fine. Or no, it felt like a medium. That's what I meant to say. It felt like a medium rather than just a medium fine. I love the combination with the two, but I also love how this ink looks on Tomoe River paper. So pretty. And I had to actually refill my Sailor Pro Gear Slim once, I think in the middle of the month, because I just used it so much. Absolutely love that. Again, I kind of want to buy a full bottle of that one because it's like a brownie dusty pink or pinky dusty brown, kind of like that. I never thought I would say that a brown is pretty, but I love it. And then lastly, added to the currently inked because the TWSBI Eco arrived literally a few days after I finished this currently inked. So this was the TWSBI Eco and Smoke Rose Gold with a 1.1 stub. And I filled it with a drier ink. This is Colorverse Alpha with CMA. And I really liked the combination because with really wet inks, this TWSBI Eco with the stub nib can just be too broad for my writing, but with the drier inks, I really loved it, and I was actually doing some transcribing with it. So let me grab my book that I was transcribing with. I had a ton of pens inked up actually for this month, and one of the reasons that I was okay with having so many inked up was because I started transcribing a book. I'm transcribing the book The Shift by Gary Foster, still transcribing it, but it helped me to use up all the ink and all of the pens, but it really is helping me get to know my pens. I think that was the issue, and with why I'm buying so many all at once is because I'm still getting to know my pens, and now by transcribing a little bit every day, one, it uses all the ink and I use all my pens, but two, then I get to know what I like and what I don't like about each type of pen, each type of nib, each ink, and all of that put together. So I really like doing this. I actually bought a Rhodia notebook where I am also transcribing. So This is a dot grid Rhodia notebook, so my writing does look a little bit bigger in this. I do plan on buying either a Galen leather notebook or a Tomoe River notebook from Hobonichi, and doing some transcribing that way. But having 7 pens inked for the month of August actually worked out really, really well for me. But my favorite combination, if I really, really think about it, probably has to be that Sailor Pro Gear Slim with the Sailor Yurameku Kitsumi Biori. Oh, just love the two. All right, so let's get to my September pens. All right, so here is my lineup for September. I only have 5 right now because I am expecting a pen, but I don't have it yet, and it should be with me at the beginning of September, and I will be adding that to the currently inked, and then I'll show you the progress report of that at the beginning of October. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying October. But right now I'm starting with 5 pens, and I decided to follow along with Chris on YouTube here, who decided to do all Pilot Iroshizuku inks for the month of August. So I decided to do all Diamine inks for the month of September. The first one in my Pilot Kakuno with a fine nib. So I have 2 Pilot Kakunos. This is the one with the fine nib, and it's the clear demonstrator. This has Diamine Writer's Blood. And the first time that I used this, I put this in my TWSBI Eco. Oh, there's Lucy. Put it in my TWSBI Eco with a stub nib, and it was just so wet. Hold on. And this is a really wet ink, so I thought it would go really well with my Pilot Kakuno with the fine nib. So I'm going to go ahead and actually do this as well on the Tomoe River paper. So I have 2 notebooks here, my Midori A6 and then my A6 with the Tomoe River paper. And that is such a smooth writer. The 2 of them combined, I'm going to really enjoy using in my A6 5-year journal, but you can definitely see a little bit of a difference with, there's more character to the writer's blood on the Tomoe River paper than there is on the Midori. It looks a little bit flat on the Midori, if I can say that, and it looks like there's just some deeper character to the ink on the Tomoe River paper. So the next pen that I have inked up is my Sailor Pro Gear in White Rose Gold. I don't know what the official name of this is, just White Rose Gold. I bought this off of eBay last year. So let's adjust this here. And this has Diamine Purple Dream. And when I first inked it up, I thought, is it too similar to Writer's Blood? And now that I'm doing the swatch, no, it is not. And it has a medium fine nib, and it's actually writing really, really well. I find that this medium fine nib, so this is a 21 karat medium fine nib compared to the 14 karat nib on the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. I feel like this one writes wetter. So Purple Dream. I really like this ink on the Tomoe River paper. I feel like you can definitely see there's a little bit more shading on the Tomoe River paper than there is in the Midori, but also this pen ink combination feels just wetter on the Tomoe River paper. I love the Tomoe River paper. Why do I do the 2 different combinations, or the 2 different ink currently inked on the different paper? I like to see the comparison and see the differences between the 2. The next pen in my currently inked is, I say one of my newest one, but I have acquired more pens than I'd like to say in the last month. But this is a Pilot Metropolitan that I purchased from PenChalet, and it has a 1.1 stub, no, that's not right, 1.0 stub nib. It's a calligraphy medium from Pilot, so it is slightly narrower than the stub nib that I have from Lamy, as well as the 1.1 stub from TWSBI Eco. So this has, let me adjust this again. So this is my Pilot Metropolitan with a calligraphy medium nib with Diamine Aurora Borealis. How gorgeous is this ink? But I also love being able to use it in this calligraphy medium nib. It is narrower, like I said, than the Lamy or the Eco 1.1 stub nib, and I think this, or even slightly narrower of a stub, is my preferred stub. And having it right on the Tomoe River paper, you guys know Tomoe River paper is my favorite, absolutely love it, but I love Aurora Borealis. Actually, filling up my Pilot Metropolitan, I finished all of the sample that I bought, so once I finish it in this pen, it's done, or else I need to buy another sample. But I do have a lot of teal inks. I don't know, we'll see, but I really love this pen. So the next pen is my PELIKAN M400, and for a second I forgot what was in here, but let's adjust this template again. So with my PELIKAN M400 I have Diamine Autumn Oak, and this was a sample that I purchased last year from Wonder Pens, and I've literally just finished all of the sample into this pen, and it's got an extra fine 14 karat gold nib. Beautiful. It does feel drier. Did I say autumn oak? It does feel drier on the Midori paper. I find generally just all of my pen ink combinations write drier on the Midori, but I still like keeping this as an ink journal. I'm finding this ink to be a little bit dry actually on both papers, but we'll see how it works on for the rest of the month. I do really like this shade of orange, and it's got such great shading properties. Really interesting to see how this one works out, and like Aurora Borealis, I used up the rest of the sample, so once it's gone, it's gone. The last pen that I have inked up here is my Cross Botanica Green Daylily. I can't speak, Daylily. This one is a gift from my dad. He got me this a few years ago, and funny enough, my daughter's birthday, my daughter's 11th birthday was just a couple of weeks ago, and my dad bought her first fountain pen. If you guys are interested in what he got her, let me know, and I can show you guys in another video. So in this one, oh, there we go. So this one has Diamine Meadow. Look at how bright green that is compared to the orange. And this is one that I bought a full bottle of when I was buying full bottles and not really trying out samples. And this has a fine steel nib. So once again, that's Diamine Meadow. I do love that bright green. But again, feeling really dry on the Midori. The Midori is not the one that I use for journaling or anything. It literally is just for ink swatches and doing my currently ink. I hope I left myself enough room there for the 6th pen that I'm going to be adding in here. It writes so much wetter on the Tomoe River paper, and this is a really smooth steel nib. I'm really happy with the smoothness of this pen, and I'm just really excited. So these are the 5 pens that I currently have inked for September, and yes, spoiler alert, there will still be one that I'm adding. I don't have the pen yet, but I will add it to this page and show you guys the full completed, currently inked at the end of September once I give you my little progress report. But that is it for me. I thought it'd be really interesting to try the different Diamine inks and focus on just the one brand this month. What do you guys think I should try next month? Or are there any Diamine inks that you feel like I should try? What do you guys have inked up for the month of September? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really love doing these videos for you, and I love hearing about what you guys are inking up. Thanks again so much for watching, and have yourselves a great day.